Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is about the infamous TikTok girl. If you're not aware of her, then clearly you're new here, but that's okay. I'll put a link to the description of all the story times that involve this person in the description, and you can watch that and get caught up to speed. For a short little brief on who she is, I have an ex-girlfriend that was obsessed, and still kind of is obsessed with TikTok, from what I can see, and she's like Addison Rae's evil twin if she was a psychopath. Yeah, that's pretty much the only way I can describe her. She literally tried to make a TikTok of our breakup, and I did not like that. So naturally, I made a story time about it, and she didn't like that. And she literally pretty much hunted me down. Like, she found out all my personal information, and straight up just, like, comes around and tries to start problems with me. Like, she showed up to my house before. She showed up to skate parks that I've been at, coincidentally. Like, so many different things, and, like, she's followed me. She's a very creepy girl, to say the least, okay? And I have no other way to describe her other than that. And yeah, I thought all of this was over. I thought that she finally went away and just left me alone for eternity. But sadly, I was totally wrong. She's back in full effect. Nothing's changed. She's still the same old person. I really thought she'd be the one that would finally get away. But no, of course, if you watch this channel for a while, you know I have very bad luck, and that bad luck is in full effect today. So the story time takes place today, this morning to be specific. I woke up to a text from one of my friends at like 9 in the morning, and he was like, yo, I'm going snowboarding today. Do you want to come with me? And I was like, hell yeah. Now, I have no idea how to snowboard. I tried when I was little, but every time I would just fall on my face. But I thought, you know what? Today's the day for second chances. I'm going to give it a chance. So he comes and picks me up. I go down to the snowboarding place with him. I rent one. And I start going down the hill, and I fall on my face. It was cold. The snow was very cold on my face, okay? Now I was fine. I didn't get hurt or anything. But I decided that it was time to take a break after a couple failed attempts. And I sat down at one of the tables where you can just kind of lounge and relax. And I'm just sitting there. I had some hot chocolate, just sitting at this table in the freezing cold, in the snowy weather. I live in New York, so it's cold as hell right now. And yeah, I'm just sitting at this table, and my friend's snowboarding still, and I'm just sitting at the table by myself, and all of a sudden, I hear a voice behind me. Sounds like a girl's voice. And she says, Austin? And I turn around, and none other than the TikTok girl, just chilling there, just standing, just staring at me. And I'm like, hey, what's up? You could just hear it in my voice. I was fearful of this girl, okay? And she goes, hey, so I saw on your friend's story that you guys were here, so I thought I would come down here and talk to you because I have no other way to contact you. And I'm like, that's not creepy at all, just tracking us down through a Snapchat story and showing up to talk to me. And she was like, yeah, well, I have no other way to talk to you, Austin, so I thought this was really like the best course of action. I'm like, I have an email. She goes, you blocked me on your email. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And she goes, yeah, but still, I just want to talk to you. I actually had a question for you. And I was like, yeah, what is it? And she was like, how would you feel about making a video together? Now here's the thing. I'm sure if I made a video featuring the TikTok girl, you would probably all enjoy it, right? Like, I'm sure most of you watching would probably like to see that happen. But at the same time, I moved recently. And as much as this girl stalks and freaks me out, I don't want to give her my new address. So I just responded, and I'm like, listen, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I just moved recently. I'm not really trying to hand out my new address, especially due to you showing up to my house before. And also, just doesn't sound like a good idea. And she was like, why doesn't it sound like a good idea? Your fans would love it. I was like, listen, I appreciate you taking my subscribers' opinions into account, but at the same time, like, I don't think it's a good idea for us to be hanging out and you to be in my house. And she gets offended. She's like, why not? I was like, probably because you've showed up to my house in the past and, I don't know, followed me out of my house before and screamed at me in public and threatened me with your boyfriend before. I mean, there's just many different things that, indicate that you're probably not someone I should have in my new house or to be even hanging out with in general. And she goes, dude, fuck you. And I'm like, calm down. I'm not even trying to be a dick to you. I'm just saying we probably shouldn't hang out because you don't like me. And every time you come around, you like threaten me and shit. And she was like, yeah, well, I'm not going to do that this time. I mean, I literally give you free content. You should be thanking me. I'm like, why would I thank you for stalking me? That's not okay. Like, yeah, I like that I can tell story times, but that doesn't mean I like you stalking me and tracking down my location and following me and my friend when we go snowboarding. Like, do you not see the problems with all those things? And she goes, no, honestly, I don't. I'm like, okay, you must be joking. So I stand up and I start to walk away, and she picks up my hot chocolate from the table and just throws it at me and hits me in the back. And hot chocolate is really fucking hot. so it didn't feel good. Now, luckily, a lot of it didn't get on my bare skin. I was wearing a pretty heavy jacket, but a little bit hit my neck, and it didn't feel good. So I turn around, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she goes, I'm so sorry, Austin, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what got into me. Here. And she picks up snow and hands it to me to rub on my neck. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Thank you. I'm fine. Just leave me alone. Forever, please. And she goes, can you just think about what I said today? I was like, do you want to make a video with me? She goes, yeah, more than anything. I go, okay, leave me alone for more than a year and then email me and I'll consider it. And she looks at me with the most serious face and just goes, maybe. And I go, no, leave me alone. And I turn around and I start walking away and she starts screaming at me, Austin, come back. I'm sorry I threw that at you, but come back here. And all of a sudden, one of the security guards comes up to us, and he's like, is there a problem over here? I was like, yes, there is actually. This girl is stalking me. She's not even here to snowboard. She followed me here. She's screaming at me for no reason. She just threw hot chocolate at me. Please, get her out of here. He goes, oh, yeah, no problem. And this awesome security guard did me a huge favor by escorting her away from me. And the whole time he was walking her away, she was yelling at me, just yelling, I'll be back. Like, don't think you're going to escape this. Like, just absolutely terrifying, if I'm being honest. Like, if there's one person that truly terrifies me, it's none other than this girl. Because seriously, I have to look over my shoulder every hour just because I'm like afraid she's behind me or something. I'd be looking out my window and stuff. But yeah, the security guard escorts her out of the park. All of a sudden, my friend comes down on a snowboard. He sees me and the security guard talking, and he comes up to us. He's like, hey, everything all good? Like, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. That girl followed us here. And he's like, what girl? And I was like, who do you think? And he goes, no way. I'm like, yeah, dude, why do you have her on Snapchat again? He goes, I don't know, man. I was friends with her years ago. I never delete anybody. I'm like, bro, please block her. She's stalking your story to try and get to me. It's creepy. She's done it to my other friends too. Like, block her immediately. He's like, all right, man, I got you. So he opens up his Snapchat, he blocks her, and then the security guard tells us to have a nice day, and he walks away. And me and my friend decide to leave the park, and we go to a different place to snowboard, because we knew that the TikTok girl knew where we were, and she could probably come back at any given moment, maybe with backup. So yeah, me and my friend leave this park, we go to a different one, we start snowboarding there, and the entire time I'm looking over my shoulder, looking in every direction, making sure my friend's not Snapchatting either, making sure I don't accidentally put anything on Snapchat, just because I don't want her knowing where I'm at, because I just felt like I was being followed, to be honest. But yeah, she doesn't bother me for the rest of the day. Now I'm home. As far as I know, she doesn't know where I'm at, but I don't know. She could be in a bush outside waiting for me to come out. I don't know. Nah, but for real, I don't think she knows where I live at now, but I hope that never changes. But yeah, if you're watching this, Miss TikTok girl, leave me alone, please. I'm kind of just getting sick of it now. It was funny at first, but now it's like, okay, you're actually scaring me. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Like what's up? They leave me out for the dead, and now they know their fault. All my texts are unread, that's how I know she's done. My life changing a flash.